Hello everyone, and welcome to another mini Sky Tonight. So I've been getting a lot of emails and a lot of calls asking about the new comet that's up in the sky, and wanted to do a quick segment about what it is, where to find it, and some of the best places and times to look for the comet. So let's kind of go into a little bit of the nomenclature of the comet, like what is it named for and all the details of the comet, and then we'll go into where you can find it. So what I've brought up is Stellarium, so that way we can use it as a means of being able to locate the comet. Now, Comet Neowise is named after the type of object that it is and the satellite that discovered it, or telescope if you want to get technical. Now, normally in the past, most comets are named after the discoverers that discovered the comet. For example, Halley's Comet was named after Halley. Hale-Bopp was named after the two astronomers Hale and Bopp that discovered it. Shoemaker-Levy was named after Shoemaker and Levy, their respective last names of the astronomers that discovered it. In this particular case, it was named for the type of object that it is and the telescope that discovered it. Neo of the Neowise stands for Near Earth Object, and the WISE stands for Wide Infrared Survey Explorer. So it's named after the telescope rather than putting somebody's name on it. But who knows, maybe they are coming out with comets now that are named after different people. In this particular case, it's named for the telescope and the type of object it is. So where to best look for it? Now, I sometimes have viewers that come from different parts of the United States. So allow me to show you a program that can help you be able to locate it much easier given your latitude, because I can show you where I can see it in San Antonio, but it may not be helpful for somebody that lives in Colorado Springs. So let's take a look of where you can find the object given your location. So the program I brought up is called Stellarium, and I'll leave a link in the description below where you can download it. It is free, and it is an awesome planetarium type of program that you can use to help you find different objects in the sky. So once you download it, if you go over here to the left, you can set your location to whatever you wish. So for here, I have it set to San Antonio, but as I mentioned, Colorado Springs, there you go. If you type in Colorado Springs, you can set it to Colorado Springs. If you type in Denver, if you type in Washington, D.C., you can type in any type of city you wish. Like if, say, for example, if you're going to go visit family in a different city and you wanted to go check out the comet, you can type in where they're located. Or if you just happen to be technical, you can even put in the latitude and longitude of the location that you're in. All right, and the great thing about it is too, is once you set your location, you can start looking for the object. Now, in the case of Comet Neowise for Stellarium, you have to do one quick thing, and it requires a little bit of technical background, but allow me to show you how to do it, because as great as the Stellarium program is, it doesn't try to keep up to date with all the new discoveries. It does in terms of plugins, but it doesn't automatically update. So you have to update it on your own. And the way you can do that is if you go in the configuration window over here to the left, you'll come into all the different tools that you have available to you. If you click plugins and go down here to solar system editor, you can even add satellites and a bunch of other stuff as well if you decide. But for our particular case, if we're going to add a comet, let's go to solar system editor and we click configure. And we're going to import a solar system minor object. Oh, hang on. My apologies. You go to click the solar system. Now I remember. You click solar system and you import orbital elements in MPC format. The MPC format is just the language that Stellarium uses to be able to track different objects. So here we're going to click Comets, and then we're going to click the Gideon Van Buiten comets. So the reason being why you don't want to do these particular lists is because it does list for things that haven't been named yet. So we're going to do ones, the Gideon Van Buiten comets, because those are the ones that are named. So we're going to get orbital elements, and then it gives you a list of different objects. So these are the ones that have particular names to them. So here we have Comet Neowise. So if you click here, you click Add Object, and now it is in Stellarium. So let's exit out of here. So we got all the data that we need. Now let's go to the search window, which is this lovely little magnifying glass here with a star. And we do C20, 20, there, Comet Neowise. And we click search, and voila! There it is, in all its glory. And the great thing about the tracking information that you put in, it tells you the rise and the transit and the set times for your location. That's why I wanted to show you via Stellarium, is because everybody's location is different. And when it rises and it sets is variant on where you're located on the Earth. For me in San Antonio, it's going to set roughly around about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Whereas in, say, somebody that lives up higher in the United States, like on the border of Canada, it may not set till close to 10:30, 11 o'clock. So it really just depends upon where you're located. So now that we see Comet Neowise, I have it up during the day, let's set it. So let's put the time to where it's close to sunset. Now you can look up online to when sunset is close to. If I recall correctly, sunset is somewhere close to around about 8:30, 8:45, give or take. So let's get the time to close to sunset. So here I have it roughly around about 9 o'clock. And as you can see, it's really close to the horizon at my location right now. So it's very difficult to see. I have taken a picture of Comet Neowise before it did set, so bear with me. I'm going to show you the image I took. And this was the best image I took, and that's after polishing it up and doing a bunch of different things. And it's faint. It's a faint sucker. And especially when you're having to fight the glare of the sunrise, it's really, really, really difficult. So what I would recommend is waiting, believe it or not. I know some of you are really, really excited to be able to check out Comet Neowise, but wait a week, and here's why. Let me bring up Stellarium again, because within a week, so let's change the date. So you have date and time here. So I have the date and time, so let's change the date. So as we get further up into the evening, even at close to sunrise on the 24th, it is well above the horizon. And then we can change the time again to where, say, for example, it's close to 11 o'clock at night. You will be able to see it well into the evening around about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. So it'll be much brighter because it's getting closer to the Earth, plus it's going to be higher in the evening sky. So it'll give you a chance to be able to see it. Now, the best places to go view the comet is not only around about the 23rd or the 24th of July, but in an area where you are clear from city lights. It is a faint object. As you can tell, it's roughly around about a 4 magnitude object. So it's barely visible to the naked eye. So you want to get away from city lights. In fact, some people have said it's best to have it as a small telescope or pair of binoculars type of object. But you can still see it. It's very faint. And the reason being why many people that, as you see on Facebook, have all those beautiful images, keep in mind those are photographic images. And a photograph of the sky is allowed to be able to take in more and more light over a course of period of time, so hence why it looks so bright. But as you could tell with even my image, and I had to expose it for about 30 to 40 seconds, it still was faint. So in this particular case, you want to be able to allow yourself as dark skies as possible. And you want a clear horizon, no tall buildings or tall trees of that nature. You want a nice clear horizon because at most it's only roughly around about 20 to 30 degrees above the horizon. It's still really low on the horizon. And the problem is as you wait further and further into the month, it will start getting fainter and fainter because it's slowly going away from the sun. So you want to be able to allow yourself the time and the horizon and the clear dark sky to be able to view it. Now, I understand that this doesn't help us at all because you're having to fight not only the moon, you're also having to fight weather because for some people it might get cloudy. I know it's such a short window, but if you do get a chance, go check it out. It is really cool to see. So that was just a little bit of information of where you can find it, where you can see it. And in fact, allow me to kind of give you a beautiful image that allows you to be able to track it. This was published by the Adler Planetarium, and it was able to create this kind of comet finder chart so that way you can track it over the course of the different nights. It's going to be close to underneath the Big Dipper or Ursa Major as it's properly called. In fact, the best time to view it around about the 24th. I honestly think that basically you see these two stars right here. It will be very close if you follow those two stars down, and it will be right there. So you can use even those two guide stars to help you be able to find it around about the 24th and the 23rd. So you have a couple of tools available to you to try to look for it, but again, it's going to be a very faint object, so I recommend a pair of binoculars or small telescope to be able to track it, as well as clear, dark skies as possible and a clear horizon. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below. If there's a topic you would love for me to cover over, let me know down in the comments as well. And if you're looking for some activities for your kids, we have futurereadysa.org, which allows your students to be able to collect badges and keep you entertained and educated over the course of the summer months. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, never stop learning.